Hello, St. Peter and St. Paul. This is Father Tom with a message about in-person gathering. I mentioned in my email about a week ago that the bishop has offered some guidelines by which we might be able to gather in person. And so we've been at work on this project. One part of that project has been a survey that we sent out. And I want to thank you for those of you who responded to the survey. We got quite a few responses, and it was very helpful. More than half of you said that you'd like to stay at home and continue to participate online, and a little less than half said that you might be interested in participating in person in services of evening prayer or morning prayer, according to the schedule that we sent out with the survey. So the vestry worked on some plans and approved those plans, and preparations are underway. However, we're not going to promise a date just yet. We had hoped to promise a date for you, but as you probably are aware, cases of COVID-19 in the state of Georgia have really spiked in recent days. And in a Zoom meeting with the bishop and the clergy earlier this week, the bishop has been really cautious because of that. He's going to be meeting with his task force next week to talk further, and I don't want to promise a date and with the risk that it might have to be postponed right thereafter. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to prepare so that we're ready when the time arrives, and we'll let you know when that time might be. So when that time does arrive, what will it be like? Well, for most of you, it will be about the same as it is right now. We will continue to have a Eucharist streamed online for your participation. One difference is that you'll be able to tune in earlier at 9 o'clock. That's when the live stream will take place, but you can always watch the recording of the service and let that guide your prayers at a later time, 10:30 or at a later time. For those who do wish to gather for evening prayer or morning prayer, we'll have services at 5:30 on Saturday, at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning, and at 10:30 on Sunday morning. So that's our normal service schedule. If the registration gets booked up for the 10:30 service, we'll also have a service starting a little bit after 10:30 in the parish hall. And that will be with a live officiant and a live preacher. Will work it out so that you can hear the sermon from the preacher as well in person. So as I mentioned in my email last week, under the guidelines from the diocese, there are lots of restrictions, and with the epidemic still underway, these are the restrictions, are the price that we pay for being able to gather together in person. So these include no Eucharist. We're going to have to wait for that one. No singing, because singing offers an increased risk of transmission. We'll be wearing masks, as is true for much of the country in so many different settings. We'll be wearing masks from the parking lot all the way in, all the way through, and all the way back out. So that's part of what we need to do so that everybody can feel safe, and certainly so that we can comply with the guidelines and be able to have these services. The services will last for less than 40 minutes. We'll have 50 people or less in attendance, and we'll have advanced registration online. We can help you with that. If you have trouble with online registration, we can help you with that over the phone. So we'll have no nursery, no Sunday school or classes on Sunday mornings, and we'll clean the room in between the services as well, clean and disinfect the rooms in between services. So what is morning prayer or an evening prayer? Well, before the 1980s, there were many services that had their primary service as morning prayer on Sunday mornings. They'd have communion once a month. It is a long and well-established service of the Episcopal Church and the Anglican Communion. It begins with confession and absolution. There's psalm, 2 readings, canticles, which are poems, usually from the Bible, and we'll pick some that are familiar to you, and then a sermon either at the middle or at the end, the Apostles' Creed, and a set of prayers, including a call and response and several summary prayers ending with thanksgiving. It's a wonderful a gift to the church and a wonderful way to guide our prayers for the week. And so when we're ready and when you're ready, we'll have that opportunity available to you. There's more details on this on our website and an email that I'm sending out this week. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and we'll help you out. We also have some guidelines for Bible studies that are able to meet indoors for 40 minutes or outdoors for an hour. And similar restrictions apply. Plus, we'll need to have plans for the Bible studies, and we'll be scheduling those as well. This is a weird time in which we're living. There's an awful lot going on. Things are changing rapidly. As we say, the situation is fluid, and we're trying to adapt and improvise as best we can. And by God's grace and with God's help, we will get through it. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord lift the light of his countenance upon you and give you his peace. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.